Ebusia yeka most consistent and truthful politician wo krom ha. Uyi honorable Kennedy ohene Agyapong sinchen ya menye sure se obenya obi. He is very truthful, very consistent, and say papa no ono onsesana no senior otie no saa video ya wo hwe ya na video ya etwa go screen ani old video those times na KSM oye thank God is Friday ena oni honorable Kennedy Agyapong atwi nkomo wi na nsem a honorable kan wo video ni mu no odi tutu ne nsem a oka ne ne ho a otimi hu se pepepepe chese ono ensem a oka ne nkola brema besi ne saa wonsesa na no ne nukra die na ni eden chese saa na wotie eno na Ghana phone tiase a yese an ena honorable de okpa kakabe nsem wotise nipa bia wotan Kennedy Agyapong bia na chese saa nipa no wonya nukra difo ebusia nsem mre no yenko na yenko hwe saa video na tie yaso na tie nsem a ewo saa video ni mu na fa tutu ni nsem a woka ne ne ho na hunu se nipa no a ye body who the rose delegate for nto abama no na omedi party nim na eventually omeyo mampani wo Ghana ha no onye nipa hunu bi keke na mum ye nim se ye de ni ba obetumi aye free se oka no kre na obi biara oka no kre nso no ye di bibi hye ne nsa na ye di eku na oman bi hye ne nsa ohwe na ohwe so yie ema oman no etumpon yenko ne yenko tie honorable Kennedy ohene Agyapong emrace na me ka usa ha kenedy tv subscribe share video no like na afoforo nso nya so fa so comment no nso ma ye hu e wo comment section na say yenko hembra.
I don't know. Anyway, I'll say yes because right from my youthful age or time, I've always insisted on my rights. And unfortunately, this side of the world, anybody who tries to insist on his rights sometimes considered very rude, arrogant, you know, all sorts of names. But
what are some of the earliest things you can recollect as a child that you were insisting on your rights and people thought quite when you started your cry?
Well, you know, several times, you know, right from elementary school, secondary school, you know, there are certain things I did that
like what?
You know, maybe on television, you know, I don't have to mention names. I remember one time when I was in Form 5 at Saudi College, I was in Form 4, and a group of Form 5 guys stole my trunk.
They stole it?
Yeah, from my dormitory, you know, because that time I was still doing business and going to school, so on vacation, you know. So they knew that I had a lot of money in my trunk. So I was sleeping and they took the trunk to the school field, broke into it, stole everything. I was there and my house prefect and the watchman came to wake me up. When I saw the envelope that I had my money in, I knew those who took it because they were my very good friends and they are the only people who knew where I was
keeping that money.
You know, keeping the money. So I went straight to them. And that I was a karatist. So, you know, they were my seniors, but I gave them some severe beatings. Then the school authorities pleaded with me to stop, but...
How many people were you beating at the time?
Well, there were 6.
You were fighting all of that at the time?
Well, at the time, you know, I give you a kick and you see that. Then they were telling me the truth. So when the police came, they admitted that they've stolen, but I think they shared the money among themselves, my kente cloth and all those things. So what I did to them was that I made sure all of them failed their exams.
You made sure they failed?
Yeah, what I did was that we have what we call Canterbury Hall. I mean, that's where the Form 5 students take their exams. So what I did was I would check the time they're going to take their exams. Then I would just go and sit in front of the Canterbury Hall. The moment they see me, they run away. So because of that, they couldn't do a lot of They couldn't take the exams, and that is why they failed, you know. Not that I was beating them, no.
But they couldn't even enter because they saw you?
No.
Really?
Because I'll make sure, you know, I get things done. That is, you know, I can tell you a couple of things, but... You know, now I'm matured. so I don't do those things. But we have problems in this country, you know. Anytime you try to defend yourself, you know, people do not even listen to the import of the argument. And because the system here is so polarized in terms of politics, you know, some people will just sit on the fence and take a position that this is what the guy said, without even giving recourse to what has transpired before, you know, I made that statement. So I find it difficult sometimes, but that doesn't stop me. Once I know I'm telling the truth, I'm being fair to every human being, the authority, you can't stop me from saying what I have to say. Even if you kill me, I'll tell you like it is. After that, you can kill me, but I know posterity will judge me. You know, so, you know, I'm cool about things, just that I'm not difficult. If you are close to me, you realize I'm not difficult, but I'm very, very disciplinarian. That is where I have a problem with a lot of Ghanaians or even my workers, you know.
So basically, you think that your feistiness is more on the lines of being a disciplinarian more than a rebel?
Yeah, disciplinarian more than a rebel. You know, but some people think I'm rebellious, this and that. No, you know, most of the time, I'll be honest, you do. And frankly speaking, most of the time, the system here does not allow people to speak the truth. They are so afraid of authority that, you know, they'll be hiding behind the authority and lying through their teeth. It's something I cannot stand. So I always tell you, look, my brother, you know, what you are saying is not the truth. And you'll be surprised that in our society, you get majority of the people thinking the same way. And I tend to be different because whether it's my party or NDC or any other party, if you are right, you are right. Case closed. The supreme interest of Ghana, to me, is paramount. And therefore, I will not take decision based on party affiliations. Well, sometimes we do, but anything that will affect